Mr. Chairman, and I apologize for being late. I was given a speech, and I got a little long-winded, I think, and lost control at the time. But I thank you all for being here, and I say good morning to you. We all know that disaster costs and losses are rising. It is likely that every member of this committee has seen disasters strike in their district or in their state. While we cannot control Mother Nature, we can do something to lower disaster costs and losses. Both the Congressional Budget Office and the National Institute of Building Sciences Multi-Hazard Mitigation Council found that for every dollar invested in mitigation pre-disaster, $3 to $4 respectively are saved in future disaster spending. Today's hearing is timely because while we are discussing the importance of mitigating future disaster damages in an attempt to control rising disaster costs and losses, President Trump has proposed to cut or eliminate funding for the Federal Emergency Management Agency's pre-disaster mitigation grant program in his so-called skinny budget. President Trump would be wise to heed the old adage, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. State and local communities use pre-disaster mitigation funds to develop hazard mitigation plans, retrofit infrastructure to protect it from floods, earthquakes, and other hazards, converting flood-prone land to open space, and other critical projects. Mitigating disaster damage also saves lives and reduces injuries, which is why I was disheartened to learn that FEMA had placed an administrative hold on fiscal year 2016 and 2017 pre-disaster mitigation grants and on many non-disaster preparedness grants because the President's executive order prohibited funding to so-called sanctuary cities. Thankfully, 2 days ago, a federal judge issued a temporary injunction on enforcing President Trump's executive order, allowing FEMA to award these essential grants. We must be vigilant to ensure that the administration does not once again try to prioritize its immigration policies at a cost to the lives, safety, and health of our citizens. Many members of this committee signed a letter to the Appropriations Committee urging continued funding for FEMA's pre-disaster mitigation program. We must continue our efforts to provide sufficient funding and by reauthorizing this program. Finally, earlier this month, we saw a part of a highway collapse in Georgia. This incident reinforces the need to invest in infrastructure that is resilient to disasters, whether natural or man-made. As Congress moves forward on an infrastructure package, we must require any infrastructure constructed with federal dollars to be resilient and meet the latest building codes. It is necessary to have requirements like these so that we can actually reduce disaster costs and losses without merely shifting costs. I look forward to today's testimony and further ideas on action Congress can take to reduce disaster costs and losses, and I yield back.
Thank you,